The Zurich-based bank is the highest-profile target in a U.S. probe that has cast a shadow over the Swiss banking industry since larger rival UBSN.VX became the first major lender to settle tax charges 5 years ago. And Switzerland's left-wing Social Democrats, SP, on Sunday called for Dougan to step down, saying he and other executives represented part of the problem, raising the stakes for Dougan as he seeks to settle the tax case with U.S. authorities. And, if you're justifying your high salary with the responsibility you carry, then you cannot duck that responsibility in an emergency, SP President Christian Levrat said in a statement. And Levrat's comments bear the hot-button issue of bankers' pay in Switzerland, with the pursuit of Swiss banks by U.S. authorities over untaxed funds held offshore, which has intensified for Credit Suisse in recent weeks. And Credit Suisse, the country's second-largest bank behind UBS, lifted Chief Executive Dougan's pay by more than a quarter last year to 9.8 million Swiss francs, $11.06 million, despite not meeting all performance targets and a hike in litigation costs related to the U.S. probe. And centrist BDP politician Martin Landelt, a former banker who spent 3 years at rival UBSN.VX, stopped short of calling for Dougan to leave now, but said the banker might consider resigning once the tax case is settled. And, when a solution for the U.S. problem is found, depending on what the settlement is, I would find it appropriate for Dougan to take responsibility and make way for a new beginning, Landelt told Reuters on Monday. And this is necessary to ensure Credit Suisse's image doesn't suffer, for client trust to be restored, and for the bank's own credibility. And Credit Suisse declined to comment. And Rotting Fish and Dougan, an U.S. citizen and 24-year veteran of Credit Suisse, has been a lightning rod for pay criticism since 2010, when a 5-year share bonus program chopped up his regular salary to 90 million francs. And shareholders grilled Dougan and other top executives over their pay at Credit Suisse's shareholder meeting on Friday. And, as the saying goes, a fish rots from the head down. In this case, the head is Brady Dougan, retail shareholder Ernst Schmidt told the shareholder meeting before asking Dougan to step down. And however, 2 pay-related votes were ultimately approved. And negotiations between Credit Suisse and the U.S. Justice Department to resolve the long-running investigation have heated up since Dougan testified before a Senate panel in February. And there, Dougan said the bank would accept wrongdoing by its staff, blaming a small group of Credit Suisse's private bankers for the behavior. And on Friday, Swiss asset management firm Swiss Partners Group agreed to pay $4.40 million as part of the tax evasion probe, a move that could influence the course of the Credit Suisse case, according to a source familiar with the bank's investigation. And, additional reporting by Oliver Hurd and Joshua Franklin, editing by Erica Billingham, and back to top. And Thomson Reuters is the world's largest international multimedia news agency, providing investing news, world news, business news, technology news, headline news, small business news, news alerts, personal finance, stock market, and mutual funds information available on Reuters.com, video, mobile, and interactive television platforms. Thomson Reuters journalists are subject to an editorial handbook which requires fair presentation and disclosure of relevant interests. And NYSE and Amex quotes delayed by at least 20 minutes. Nasdaq delayed by at least 15 minutes. For a complete list of exchanges and delays, please click here.